Now at 6, the final votes aren't even tallied yet, but already one mayoral campaign is asking, can we trust the results? Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida.
I'm Veronica De La Cruz. The race for San Jose mayor still hasn't been called, and now it is the vote counting process being called into question. Tonight, our Len Ramirez is just learning now the Secretary of State's office is getting involved, Len?
That's right, Veronica. We've just learned that the Registrar of Voters here in Santa Clara County has sent a letter to the Secretary of State's office asking for an official review of all of their processes and election results. Now, we're right in the middle of vote counting still, including vote counting on a very close mayoral election with only a couple of thousand votes separating two candidates. Now, the reason all of this is happening is because some of the results have been called into question over the sudden and unexpected departure of the Chief Technology Officer of the Registrar of Voters.
Top county officials say it was a surprise, but not a shock to the system when the Registrar of Voters head of IT, Joe Lay, suddenly quit on Election Day.
Luckily, we have a system of checks and balances that does not rely upon one individual, and so we've had a team able to participate and make sure that the election goes as scheduled and there's no problems.
But sources tell KPIX that a computerized precinct operations tracking system failed at about 7:30 just as the polls were about to close on election night, causing a ripple effect that lasted all night because the most qualified person to troubleshoot and fix the problem, Joe Lay, wasn't there.
It's slow, but the real concern is it being done right?
Vincent Rocha with the Cortese for Mayor campaign has questions.
Our biggest concern is the integrity of the data so that each vote is counted.
The Registrar of Voters says every vote cast on Election Day was counted by 4 a.m. and the process of counting late vote-by-mail ballots is taking the most time. But County Executive Jeff Smith says he is confident that the election was not affected by Lay's departure or any other system breakdown.
I think, people are unhappy with the election. They're unhappy with the results. They're trying to find somebody to scapegoat. The ROV is not the scapegoat. They're not the reason for the results of the election.
Now, this is all late-breaking news with this letter being sent from the Registrar's of Voters office here in Santa Clara County to the Secretary of State's office. Veronica, incidentally, there is a separate request for an investigation by the the head of the Elections Commission in Santa Clara County. She is asking the Board of Supervisors to also look into what's been going on with the Registrar of Voters and some other abnormalities that have happened in the past couple of weeks, even going back to the June primary.
All right, Len Ramirez, thank you so much. This is just the latest in a series of problems in Santa Clara County. A couple of weeks ago, we told you about candidates' names being left off sample ballots.